Chris grew up in the suburbs of New York City. She was in nursery school. They called up and asked that she could just do a modeling job. And that's how it started. She was very interested in many aspects of the theater. We used to go down to see quite a few matinees, and she saw all these actors and actresses on the stage, and they all looked the same. And she would always wonder, why is it, that there was not a person that was different, ethnic, well, how should I say, like her, who was Asian.
She auditioned for me for the role of Amalia Balish in She Loves Me. And of course she sang, I was enchanted. She read, and I was touched and amused. It was very funny. But there was something else happening that I didn't realize at the time. Everything about her was telling me to look deeper. I wasn't before that very aware of being a director who was insisted on multicultural casting. I am now, and it started then.
Christine was the first, if not one of the first, Asian American actresses to play Maria in West Side Story.
The fact that she wasn't Puerto Rican really had nothing to do with it. We knew that the audience would accept the best Maria in America.
It's amazing what she's done for this business to be a pioneer in that way. I'm really lucky to be able to have all of these opportunities now because of the pathway that she's laid for us.
She was courageous enough to come in and do her work, which was a brilliant actress. She did it, and she got the parts. And now we take it for granted in the theater. We see people whose parents are white and they're black, or vice versa, and it's because heroines like Christine did it back in the early 90s when it was hard to do.
Chris has been an amazing presence as an actress in the Asian American and New York and national theater communities for a long time. We worked together probably most closely on Flower Drum Song, and I really got to know her better there in terms of yes, her talent and her singing ability and her acting ability, but also, her ability to kind of inspire a room.
The idea of actors of color getting more opportunities to work is something that everybody believes in, but very few of us do anything about. And Christine is there always on the front line, working basically on behalf of all of us.
She's long been established as an important political activist, as an advocate, from her work within Equity and on the Equity Council.
As an advocate for always pushing for diversity in casting and always looking out for career opportunities for Asian American actors and just actors of any kind of ethnicity.
And now as a writer, filmmaker, it's extraordinary because Christine tells tremendous stories. She tells stories that are really imperative for an audience to hear.
For her to sort of take the reins on her career that way, I think is really a great lesson for all of us to be able to change, what we don't like and what challenges us, and to be proactive in that way.
We tend to be character actors. We tend to be the best friend, or not necessarily the main plot line, but Christine puts the Asian American actor in the spotlight and in the center and gives them a really rich story.
Chris is telling Asian American stories not only as a playwright but also as a filmmaker.
Christine is an extraordinary person. She has the intelligence, personality, and perseverance to be an outstanding champion.
For Christine, it was a lot more than just telling the story. It was about evangelizing the story. And I realized that immediately upon meeting her for the first time, that her commitment to the life that Watt led was more than just that of a documentarian. And in the aftermath of actually putting together the story and transcending the efforts that she made to bring Watt Misaka and his wife Katie to the Hall of Fame, back to Madison Square Garden for the first time in 60 years, where he had played for the Knicks and where he'd had his great moments of triumph as a youth.
He took a forgotten story, completely unknown to some, deep in legend, a myth in part to younger generations, and brought his story back to life, shared it with people across the country, and helped educate a nation, including the President of the United States, about this important part of our American history.
And it was really something that I'll be forever thankful for her.
She's just such a kind, intelligent, and I'm not saying this because I'm her mother. I'm saying this unbiasedly.
Yay for Christine.